I have the X4, a 360-degree camera from Insta360, and the new X5. There have been some big upgrades to the X5, but have those upgrades really improved the image quality and functionality? That's exactly what we're going to find out. I'm going to do side-by-side image comparisons, test out the internal mics, and share all the upgrades. Insta360 sent me the X5 to test. My affiliate link is down in the description. If this video is helpful and you decide to purchase it, I'd appreciate it if you use it. It helps support the channel. Thanks. The sun is coming up while I'm speaking, but I'm not in any direct sunlight. The sun is rising on the other side of that mountain. I'm gonna do my stair workout this morning. When we get up to the top, we should have some nice views and some good light, and we'll see how well the X4 and the X5 perform. I need a second to catch my breath here while I do that. But check out the image quality of the sun coming up here. I caught my breath. The views up here are incredible. Great way to start the day. And this is the perfect spot to do a comparison of the high dynamic range modes for both of these cameras. The X4 has a specific HDR video mode, but the X5 does not have a specific HDR mode anymore. If you want to do a high dynamic range video, you stay in standard video mode, but you lower the resolution to 5.7K, and then you have the option to turn on HDR. HDR works well when you're backlit. Like right now, the sun is just coming up and it is right behind me, so it's a strong possibility everything back here is going to be exposed properly, but since my front is in the shadows, you're going to lose some of that detail. I'm going to turn on HDR and we'll see if we can see a difference. Right now I'm looking into the X4 in HDR mode. The sun's right behind me, and now let's see how it looks on the X5. I'm looking into the X5 here. Sun's right behind me. It's hard to tell what the image quality is going to look like when you're looking at the screen, but at least by looking at the display, I can see significant difference. I'm way brighter on the X5. On the X5, when HDR is on, 60 frames per second is the max. I have 5 more rounds of the stairs to do. I'm gonna knock them out, and then we're gonna go over all the rest of the features and continue with our comparison. Got that knocked out while I'm cooling down. I figured walk around the park, do some more comparisons between the X4 and the X5, and share the upgrades and new features on the X5. A lot of times when a new camera is released, especially if it's only been about a year or so, you might not get a really big change, maybe a software update, maybe a few accessories, kind of like what GoPro likes to do. But this one is actually a legitimate upgrade. There is a hardware upgrade, there's software upgrades, and it is a really step forward for the camera. The X5 has a larger sensor. The sensor size in the X4 is 1/2 inch. The new sensor for the X5 is 1/1.28, and that's I think 144% increase in sensor size, and that should really be seen in image quality. You should be able to get more light, more detail, more sharpness, and it's always good to get a larger sensor. That's probably one of the biggest things that can improve the image quality in a camera. I've been testing out the X5 for the last few weeks now, and one of the things that really impressed me is the audio quality of the internal mic. And you know, audio is so important, but it's hard to get, especially if you record outside like I'm doing right now. And the biggest issue is wind noise. Insta360 has actually installed a built-in wind guard over the microphone of the X5 to break up that wind, which really helps. You know, all action cameras have an audio reduction setting, and they're not too impressive. I'm not impressed with most of them, because I find that you need that audio reduction in the camera, but you need some kind of physical barrier. So I typically, like right now, I have the Mic Mini 2 on me. I'm not using it for this audio right now. I use it for when I'm recording sections of this video with the Pocket 3, but I need that with like a little wind muff right here if I'm going to record outside. Just without any kind of wind muffler barrier, you just can't get good audio quality out of the camera. The audio quality on the X5 when you're doing any kind of outdoor activity is really impressive, and I'm interested to see how it compares with the X4. Earlier in the video when I was up there at the top of that the stairs there, it was really windy, and it's just really windy where I live anyways, so I'm curious when I go and edit this video what the audio quality is going to be like on these two cameras, because it was howling up there. In addition to having the built-in wind guard, the X5 also has a setting called voice enhancement, and that is my favorite audio setting to use on the camera. When you use that, it kind of drowns out the background noise and, you know, focuses on the voice, and it works really well. I've tried it out like in social places, even when you use it in conjunction with the wind guard, it works really well. So I kind of prefer that more than even the wind reduction mode, because it sounds more natural. But for this test, the X4 and X5 are both on wind reduction mode. The X5 has wind reduction, weak, and wind reduction strong, I believe. And the X5 has a similar mode on it. So for comparison purposes, I thought that's the best way to go. The X4 and the X5 are both waterproof. The X4 is waterproof up to 10 meters, and the X5 is now waterproof up to 15 meters. I just thought of another audio test here. When you're using either camera, of course you can use it with the selfie stick, which puts it about 3 feet or so away from your mouth. What is the audio quality going to be like when it's that far away? So let's find out. I have it on the selfie stick. I did a similar test with the X5, it did well. Now let's see how well the audio is going to pick up on the X4. The X5 has a new mode called Instaframe, and I'm using it right now, and it makes editing a little bit easier. So the camera is recording 2 videos simultaneously. It's recording either vertical or horizontal video in 1080p using the front-facing camera, while at the same time recording a 360 video. So you can have your selfie view recording while at the same time catching everything else that's happening in the environment around you. Like this beautiful, water over here. It's been a long time since I've been to this end of the park. I forgot how nice it was over here. These small little things can help make the editing process a little bit quicker and easier. The X4 and X5 both record in 8K, which seems like a lot, especially compared with other action cameras that shoot in 4K or 5.7K. But the issue is that 8K is being spread over a wide field of view. I found a couple of sculptures here. I'm gonna get video of them, and then in post I'm going to crop in and we'll do a comparison between the two. The X5 should perform better because even though it still records in 8K, it has something called 11K oversampling, and just the larger sensor alone should really improve the image quality. This sculpture is kind of in the shadows. Let's find something that's got some good light. Yeah, this should work better. We got some good light here. The sculpture has some color, some movement. This will give us a good test to check out, the image quality when we crop in here. When you look at the X4 and the X5 side by side, they look really similar, but there are a few physical differences. It's hard to tell, but the X5 is in my right hand here and is actually 1 millimeter taller and 1/10 of a millimeter thinner and weighs 3 grams less. And I was shocked that it weighs less because they put a bigger sensor and added 2 more processing chips, but it still manages to weigh less than the X4, which is surprising. When I was doing the audio test, I told you about the built-in wind guard on the X5, and that is it right there. Also, the USB-C port has been moved. It is up here on the X4, and it has been moved to the lower right-hand side on the X5. One thing that is unfortunate if you're considering upgrading from the X4 to the X5 is that the batteries aren't compatible. Here's the X4 battery compared to the X5 battery. The X5 battery is bigger. The upside is, though, that you do get more runtime. You can expect to get, depending on your settings, 185 minutes of runtime with the X5 as opposed to 135 minutes with the X4. And the X5 now supports fast charging, so you can charge this up to 80% in 20 minutes, which is great. So this is the X4. You can see the lens, and you compare it to the lens of the X5. And on the X5, there's these little ridges. And those ridges are important because you can actually replace the lens on the X5 yourself, as opposed to having to send the X4 in to get your lens replaced and not having it for, at least 2 or 3 weeks or so. Being able to replace the lens yourself on the X5 is huge. If you want to do that, you will need this. This is the lens replacement kit, and it's $30. Probably the best $30 you're going to spend if you really want to use this to its fullest, because you see the lenses really kind of protrude and stick out, which makes them vulnerable. They did improve the quality of the lens glass between the X4 and the X5, but scratching and breaking is still a real possibility. And if you do that at the beginning of your trip, oh man, that would be horrible, because that means you can't get any footage from then on, at least 360 footage, because whatever lens you scratch is done. You're not going to be able to get good quality out of it. But here, if you have this kit with you, you scratch or break one of the lenses, you're out on vacation, you're out wherever you're doing, quickly, easy, change it yourself, and you're good to go. I'll show you what's included with the kit here. So we have a removal tool, brush, cleaning wipes, lens cloths, disposable gloves, and you really want to use the gloves and you want to use the wipes and the cloth because you want the lenses to be clean before you do the replacement. You don't want to put it on there and then find out the inside is smudged and you have to do it all over again. This is the removal tool, and it has these ridges that match the ridges on the X5. So it clicks in, you twist, left or right depending on what you're trying to do, and the lens comes right off. You have an air blower here, so you can blow away any debris or dust. And in this small little container is the actual replacement lens. So you have the lens right there, has a little suction cup, and you can do this just about anywhere. For the next test, I'm gonna have to wait for it to get dark so we can see how well they do in low light. Typically, action cameras don't do well in low light, and that's because they have smaller sensors, not a lot of processing power. But I mentioned earlier, the X5 has a decent size sensor in it, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about the processing power. So let's see how they do. I've had time to review the video from the park the other day, and I can definitely see a difference in the quality in the X4 and X5 footage. I really like the color of the X5 footage. I wasn't really a fan of the HDR for the X4 or the X5. I've been testing out the HDR settings in a variety of environments, and I always come back just liking the 8K footage better. When it came to the sound quality, when there was no wind, I couldn't really tell a difference between the X4 and the X5 with the internal mic. But when it was really windy, I could definitely hear a difference in that wind guard. Actually does something and improves the quality of sound in a windy environment. Okay, now for the task at hand. I'm out here to test out the low light performance of the X4 and the X5, and it's dusk, so it's gonna be dark any minute now. On the left is the X4, on the right is the X5. I started them both in standard video mode, and if you see here on the X4, it has a little indicator light here, and the camera can tell it's in a low light environment. If you tap that, it gives you a suggestion saying that you're in a low light environment, and for the best performance, you should I should be in 5.7K resolution as opposed to 8K, and asked you if you want to switch. So I'll switch. So in low light, you want to be in 5.7K, and there is a feature here that I've turned on. Let me show you. It's called low light stabilization. When I do the test, oftentimes with action cameras and their electronic image stabilization, in low light you'll get this blur and jitter, and this will help reduce that. So the X4 is set. It's in standard video mode, 5.7K resolution. The low light stabilization is on. So the X5 also in standard video mode at 8K. I get that same indicator light. I'll tap that, and here it gives me a different message. It says low light detected, try pure video mode for best results. And it asks you if you want to change, and you select change, and it puts you into pure video. And I'm going to talk about why you want to be in that mode as we walk around and test out the footage. To test out the low light performance of both cameras, I'm going to take a walk around downtown. I expect to see a big difference between the X5 and the X4. The X5 not only has the bigger sensor, but also has more processing power. In addition to that, it has a new mode called Pure Video. So if you're in a low light situation, you don't want to go into standard video or do any manual adjustments, Pure Video will take care of everything for you. It uses a larger sensor, and it uses the fact that the X5 has 3 processing chips, 1 AI chip and 2 pro imaging chips, and it uses that extra horsepower to enhance the brightness and to clean up the noise of the image. Some big upgrades have been made from the X5 to the X4. I've been using it more and more. To learn about other cool ways to use the X5 to record your adventures, check out this video.